All right, let's have them up one by one. Contestant number 1, Haley Cutler. My platform is Asian Adoptee Advocacy. The story I was told about my adoption was that my parents gave me away because they loved me, that adoption is a good thing because if it didn't happen, I would be worse off, and that it was God's plan that brought me to my family. However, it was not until adulthood that I understood more challenging truths about my adoption. Due to China's one-child policy, my birth mother gave me away under duress, and many children were separated by force because of this policy, and almost all adoptions happen through families in crisis. Adoption begins a tragedy, and often society does not want to face that. The past ways that I have supported the adopted community includes contributing to academic literature on adoption studies in my master's thesis, speaking candidly about my experience in 2 podcasts, and hosting online and in-person events for adopters to come together and share their similar lived experiences and to heal our collective trauma. I believe in order to reform adoption, education is a first step. That is why for my project, I have recruited a Korean adoptee to join me in presenting a workshop called The Forgotten Immigrant, the International Adoptee. We hope to collaborate with 4 different Asian-serving nonprofits and ultimately empower the Chicago Asian American community to be an ally to the adoptee community. I hope my platform inspires adoptees to speak openly about their experiences. Thank you. Contestant number 2, Rish Palmadale.
The world needs a Filipino Muslim woman who is not scared of being provocative. Ladies and gentlemen, a podcast sharing the remarkable story of being a Filipino Muslim in Sultan Tabarones, Philippines is the heart of my project. Presenting Project Hope, Speak Now or Never, focusing on Filipino Muslim visibility. It's not just a podcast, it's a profound experience, a call to action, and a chance to change lives. Imagine the scenario, a child telling me those dreams aren't meant for me, but it is not only poverty that kills our dream, it's the lack of support from our family. But I stand here today because someone believed in me, and I believe that the child deserves the world to believe in them. With a focus on my unique experiences and perspectives, I am going to create a monthly podcast episodes, each episode illuminating on the different aspect of my journey. Through this podcast, I am going to host a campaign to fundraise for school supplies and hygiene kits for the underprivileged children in my community in the Philippines. I am going to work with Filipino Muslim vendors to purchase and distribute the supplies. I'm also working with Filipino Muslim volunteers to play a video of me talking about my personal experiences in attaining education, hoping to inspire local parents to provide the same support for their children and the importance of sending their children to school instead of sending them at a very young age at birth. I want the world to know my story, our story, and I aim to use this story to drive positive change back to my community. I want my project to show the world that me as an Asian woman and the power of people behind Miss Asian Chicago is more than just in the community of Chicago. It can go across borders. It's time for change. So help me. Let be the change that can turn these children not meant for me into I can achieve anything. Because together, we can make a difference. Thank you so much.
Contestant number 3, Justin Kaur Sidhu.
myself a girl's girl, as it feels like an understatement. However, I grew up knowing that my culture believed women were less than and treated them as such. When I was just 6 years old, my father lost his battle with cancer, further burgeoning the environment that has shaped who I am today. I was raised by a single mother, a badass, a titan. As a first-generation American, university graduate, and lawyer, my world of professional relationships and access was and still is very small as compared to my peers who didn't come from such a background. No one should not be able to reach their goals because they're not able to access these people and resources to create these professional relationships. I'm incredibly proud and astutely aware of where my hard work and privilege has led me. What I've learned is that the opportunity to do it all takes a village. I want to contribute to, support, and promote a space for that village to thrive by committing to 3 areas of the community: AAPI professional women, South Asian lawyers and law students, and immigrants. Earlier this year, I accepted the offer to be the first ever chair of Northwestern Law's South Asia Alumni Affinity Group. I have the unique opportunity to promote the careers of South Asian lawyers and law students with the support of the law school. In partnership with the South Asian Student Organization, I will help coordinate their spring mentorship program, and will help host a panel of South Asian practicing attorneys to share their experiences and advice for the students, along with other career-promoting events. As a committee member of the National Association of Asian American Professionals Women's Group, also known as WIN, I will help promote a space to slow down, have a meal, and engage in meaningful conversations about our advantages as AAPI professionals and how we can use them to better serve our community through WIN's monthly brunches. I will also help co-host their career-oriented workshops with the co-chair's affiliation with Project Vision. Finally, I'm a committed volunteer of AJA SHI, an Asian Americans Advancing Justice Chicago leadership program aimed at building community, learning about relevant issues, and planning campaigns. Here, I will focus my efforts with the Immigration Justice Working Group. And the best part is, I'm just getting started. Thank you.
Before I came out, I would spend nights crying myself to sleep because I convinced myself that there was no way that my Asian immigrant parents were going to understand me or accept my identity. To my surprise, in 2022, when I came out to my mother, she said that all it would take was time for her to understand. With that, naturally came questions like, why are you gay? And initially I thought my fears were being realized and my identity was being attacked. But I explained to my parents that this is who I am, and not just something I became overnight, opened my eyes to their curiosities and questions as an effort to get to know me better and understand me more. My plan is to create a YouTube channel and Instagram account to share my personal experiences in coming out. I will introduce understanding LGBTQ+ identities to Asian parents. I will challenge cultural biases and empower parents to confront any cultural biases that they may have. And I will build bridges of acceptance and create a loving home where LGBTQ+ children can thrive and Asian parents can understand their children. Thank you.
Have you ever found yourself part of a toxic workplace environment that didn't truly appreciate what you brought to the table, and yet you weren't quite sure if you could find anything better, and so you stayed? I definitely have. I come from a family whose experiences with layoffs changed the way they view their self-worth, and by the time it was my turn to start looking for work, I was coming from a place where chasing stability and taking what you could get were the right things to do, and this really hurt my mental health and stunted my career. I know that I'm not alone in this experience, so I think it's about time we start doing something about it for everyone else. To get us started, I partnered with 3 organizations, and as of now, I've already hosted 1 workplace empowerment workshop with Chicago Asian Women Empowerment, where my attendees learned how to write career-related affirmations to themselves and each other. I plan to do more workshops under the Girl Empowerment series and for another organization, the Midwest Asian Health Association. Workshops in each series will provide my participants with the tools they need to achieve radical acceptance, a concept that I learned from my own former therapist. I'll also support the Wellness Fund under the National Association of Asian American Professionals. The Wellness Fund is a new initiative that aims to bring pro bono psychological services to the underserved. Friends, family members, and colleagues, please join me tonight in building a future where no one believes that mental health and workplace-related challenges are things that they need to battle alone. Thank you.
Contestant number 6, Marianne Rose Elamana.
Members of the LGBTQ community are ostracized every day as it is. But I'm saddened to say, when they are also members of our AAPI communities, they are put out even more. I am no stranger to the stigma that surrounds my identity. But I can stand on the stage today and say, looking that stigma in the face, that I'm a proud, queer, South Asian woman. It was not always easy for me to accept this or be able to come on the stage and unapologetically speak my truth. It took years of healing from mental health struggles, years of growing, learning, unlearning, which is arguably harder, and figuring out methods of self-expression and creative outlets to truly find myself. Through my journey, I've been inspired to uplift others by teaming up with Rise Women, a feminist nonprofit founded by fellow API woman and pageant queen Shauna Abraham. And based on the principles of her book, Rise Women, I would like to execute 4 workshops, creative workshops, that facilitate discussions around the rich LGBT history in Asia, as well as talking to your family and community about your identity and how to also unapologetically become yourself through self-expression and creative outlets. I would also like to create a directory through a website of mental health resources and professionals dedicated to marginalized identities. As a queer brown woman, I know just how hard it is to find someone to talk to that fully honors my identity. Through this project, I hope to uplift people in facing the fear that comes with seeking help. I know that it is a scary journey, but hand in hand, we can together create a solution and support each other in unapologetically being ourselves fully in our identities, just as I can unapologetically stand up on this stage today. Thank you.
Contestant number 7, Megan Wachowski.
Growing up, I struggled with severe anxiety and depression. I was lost, I felt vulnerable, and I felt weak. However, my mother graced me with the opportunity to train in martial arts as a means of self-defense. That was the catalyst of a newfound passion and an exploration in my future. My peers had seen how I had blossomed. Martial arts was my saving grace. As UIC's first female national boxing champion and the first president female as in boxing club at UIC, I am positioned to lead our youth through their martial arts and mental health journey. I have proposed to try Oz Girl Empowerment series as well as the Chicago Dragons to facilitate multiple workshops workshops focusing on martial arts and mental health. I encourage the motto, work out not according to how you look, but work out according to how you feel. I hope with your support that I am able to give the youth of Chicago a voice, to amplify their voices, to help strengthen them through any adversaries they may have, and to let them know that they are able to do anything that they put their minds to. Thank you.
Contestant number 8, Young Lei.
Looking at me today, you wouldn't believe me when I tell you that I grew up overweight. After being told that I was fat and eating too much, I went on a weight loss journey in 7th grade. At a young age, I strived to achieve the Asian beauty standard by having a slim body and being petite. So I joined various sports, I tried various diets, however, none were maintained and sustained. Now, as an adult, I don't want a slim body, I want a healthy lifestyle. As an active community leader for over 10 years, specifically with Chinese Beach Aid Association Youth Program, I want the Chicago youth to learn about how to stay fit and also how to combat unhealthy habits that are prevalent within our community. During the pandemic, I hosted, coordinated, and facilitated online health and fitness workshops and activities to get the youth moving and also to make healthy life choices. After the pandemic, the focus was on social and emotional learning and getting the youth back on track academically. Now, with all in-person programming, I want to bring back the health and fitness workshops and activities so that the youth can learn hands-on with nutrition, cooking, and introducing them to the fitness community such as Family Style Run Club and Fit Results. I stand before you today with unwavering dedication to pursue my future plans. With hard work and clear vision, I know that I'll be able to make a positive contribution to the youth with CMAA. Thank you so much.
Contestant number 9, Alice Yu.
As a pediatrician, I have seen too many children struggle with mental health. Many of my patients understand and acknowledge that they might benefit from mental health resources, but many are also reluctant to talk to their parents because they're worried their parents may not get it. This gap between parent and child can serve as a prominent barrier from these children accessing mental health resources. With the goal to normalize conversations about mental health in Chinese American families, I have partnered with Project Vision, a local nonprofit organization that has served Chicago's Chinatown for 20 years. My curriculum will be integrated into their Parent Mentor program. This program is a larger, year-long initiative designed to empower parents to support their local community. My curriculum will consist of 3 components. First, a showing of a documentary on mental health in Asian Americans, followed by guided discussion. Second, a lecture on how to identify anxiety and depression in children and adolescents. And third, scripted simulations that allow our parents to practice initiating and having these conversations with their children about mental health. My team includes faculty and medical students from Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago and Northwestern University, and we will collect survey data before and after our curriculum to assess our impact. We hope to find that our parents are more comfortable talking to their children about mental health, and we hope that maybe they've changed their ideas and opinions of mental health along the way. We also plan to publish our findings in a scientific journal so that our impact is not limited to Chicago, but has the ability to influence mental health initiatives in Asian American populations across the country. I encourage everyone here to have conversations about mental health, to create a culture where our children are not afraid to ask for the help that they need and deserve. Thank you.
Contestant number 10, kidding.
When I could barely speak my mother tongue, I arrived on the other side of the world where I was the only Asian in my community. Overcoming barriers, art became my bridge. It spoke universally, allowing me to belong while preserving my heritage. Today, I am proudly standing here as an advocate for empowering Asian women through art, giving back what art has given me. Committed to Chicago, I founded an officially registered 501c3 nonprofit organization, Her Art Foundation. And with this, I am determined to carry forth the positive impact of mine, which revolves around two themes: art as healing and art as culture. I was able to uphold the art's power of healing through the art therapy workshop I recently conducted with the Chicago Women Empowerment Series. And also with Penguin, I am currently crafting a community interactive artwork based on the stories of the female members of our AAPI community in Chicago who are the survivors of gender-based violences. Art also embodies culture, and I am motivated to showcase it collaborating with various AAPI organizations such as Ajima Rising, Chicago Empowerment Series, and the female AAPI artists and designers to foster what our history has given us. Ladies and gentlemen, have faith in the shared vision. Our canvas, our stories, and our shared journey will empower and inspire, celebrating our unique roots and the future we will paint together. Thank you.
Contestant number 11, Leanna Chris Uli Panaligan.
When was the last time you used your voice to speak up about the issues important to you and face your fears to tackle on something new? I believe that dance and speech has the power to change someone's life. Embracing something that really scared me in the beginning helped me to connect more with who I truly am and with those around me. And when we face our fears head on, step outside of our comfort zone, and rewrite our own self-beliefs, our perspective of the world changes. As the Vice President of Membership of the Schaumburg Area Toastmasters, and as a dancer, it is my mission to share how my love for dance and speech has transformed me into the young woman I am today from the shy young girl I once was. I will volunteer at World of Dance, and I will be performing at the Winnie City Bowl's Filipino Heritage Night, both in November, and I will host multiple dance workshops to create a new space for those who want to explore their own potential through this art. I will also be leading our next Chicago area youth leadership program, which focuses on equipping our students with the tools and the support they need to work on their communication skills. I believe that when there is an opportunity that doesn't exist for us, it is our responsibility to step up and make that change. And these are the things that I wished I had when I was a young girl. I hope to inspire our next generation of leaders to be truthful about what they value, embrace our cultural heritage, our diverse communities, and to help them develop into the strong leaders they are and can become. Thank you.